In this section, we're going to talk about a very important aspect of T&M work, which is going to basically be the client onboarding and ongoing communication. T&M projects are a partnership. So early and constant communication reduces disputes and builds trust with the client and any other stakeholders that may be involved. If you're dealing with schools or any kind of government things, you're going to have someone that is in charge of that. Sometimes it's a facility manager or a maintenance manager. But then you have a lot of other stakeholders. It may be the judge, it may be the superintendent, it may be the students and their parents. What level of communication depends on you and who your contract is with and what they tell you that they need in order to make this a smooth process all the way around. So basically you're going to discuss business interruption. That is one of the biggest things. These clients that are running businesses, they do not want to shut down. Yeah, there's a lot of times going to be insurance coverage, which does not even come close to what they need. It's going to take the average over the last 3 years, usually, sometimes 5. And they may have turned things around, and the last 2 years have been great. The first year was horrible. So it's never exactly what they need. And then vice versa, they could have had 2 great years and a bad year. It never works out. But the biggest thing is that they do not want their clients to go to their competition. Once their clients have had a chance to go to the competition, it's game over. You've possibly lost that client for good because now you've given your competition the opportunity to make your customer happy. So anyway, anything that we can do, whether it's engineering controls, containments, whatever we can do to help the client stay in business and stay open, is going to be important. Setting up the equipment to run only at night may be something that's easy to do. All these things, if you communicate them up front and have this discussion with the client, you're going to gain their trust that you are not only there as a contractor, but you're there as a partner for them to continue work. Contractors that do this tend to basically get a lot of repeat business because they understand what is integral to that client, especially in the commercial world. It's not always about, I can shut this place down, I'm going to get a month's worth of work here. No, it may be 2 months worth of work and only working 6 hours a day after hours. Whatever makes it easy and conducive for business is the biggest thing. Or maybe you're going to be working 3 shifts because they can't shut down. There's just no way around it. The building is not safe. Well, you may need to work 2 to 3 shifts in order to basically get them open sooner rather than later. And then daily updates. You want to make sure that you have someone, all the stakeholders or the client, whatever the case may be, at the table at the end of every day. Sometimes it's going to be weekly, depends on the project, but I like to send a daily communication at a minimum. I like to have weekly meetings, sometimes daily meetings if it is a high need area and there's a lot of different players involved. But at the least thing you're going to do is you're going to send email updates at the end of every day showing what progress was done and what the plan is for the next day. I also would like to include in that my daily burn and then maybe where I'm at in achieving my ROM at that point. So basically managing change and progress is the key here, okay? So the ROM changes, you must document this immediately. Shifts in scope require a formal change order. So basically if the client knows what is happening every day, there's less chance that they're going to be shocked by the invoice at the end, and you're going to have a happier client because you communicated and kept everyone abreast of what was going on through the process.